Hi, in this video I'm going to demonstrate all the steps you need to do in order to set up your Miele dishwasher. Now at the back of the unit you have your electrical cable and your water inlet and outlet. So I'm just going to undo this. Now this tube must go into your drain. This is the dirty water coming from the dishwasher. I'm taking the outlet pipe and I'm inserting it into the drain. In some installations this might be into your basin. This pipe is the inlet pipe, but it also has the solenoid to switch off the water and switch it back on. So if this pipe is too long, never cut it, because there are electrical wires here to feed the solenoid with power. The solenoid gets piped to your cold water tap. However, if you want your dishwasher to use less electricity, you can connect it directly to your hot water tap. This will also reduce the cycle time of your dishwasher wash cycles. Just for your noting, there is a filter inside here which needs to be maintained periodically depending on how clean your water is. I just removed this rubber washer without piercing it. There is a plastic filter inside there that can get full of sediment. Periodically inspect it just to make sure that this does not get clogged. If the dishwasher gives you an error, F12 or F13, please inspect this filter inside here. If it gets full with sediment, it might be restricting the flow of water. This can be done periodically. I just make sure the washer is wet and then I just reinsert it. Now if you had another dishwasher here, you would have had to have removed that pipe. Just give the threads a bit of a clean. Now insert the new pipe. Just make sure that when you are threading the pipe, you don't want unnecessary loops on the floor. All right, just wet the washer over here and I can tighten this directly to the outlet. As I tighten it, I notice that the regulator here does not want to move. That is correct. And I tighten this by hand. Now notice that this is a plastic fitting and there was a washer inside here. This means it's not recommended to use tools. Only use tools if you do not have a good hand strength. I've made it hand tight. If you're going to extend this pipe and use another hose, they have supplied a clamp. I'm now going to turn on the water and test for leaks. There are no leaks, even though I just made it hand tight. If you don't want your pipes running on the floor, you can also make use of the strap to hang one of your pipes. There is a gap at the bottom where you can run your pipes. On the underside of your dishwasher, you'll find these adjustable feet. With the dishwasher on the floor, rotate these until you get the dishwasher level. There's one of these on each corner. You might need to lift the unit slightly in order to adjust the feet. To align it, use a spirit level. However, you can also use the door to tell you if you are out of alignment. For example, the door is a little bit in here, but on the other side, it's a bit out. Notice how when I want to close the door, the top of the unit is wanting to shift. On the other side, notice how it is protruding here. So we can see that the dishwasher is not aligned because this is shifting when I open and close the door. Also notice how there's a bit of a wobble here. So I need to align these feet so that the dishwasher does not wobble, and when the door opens and closes, I don't see the top moving left and right. The unit has now been aligned. Even when I try and shake it, it's firmly on the ground, and when I open the door and when I close it, I can see that the side and this side are matched. On a brand new Miele dishwasher, at about 45 degrees, the door should stay open. That's how we know the springs are aligned correctly. Notice it is saying it needs salt and rinse aid. And the dishwasher needs to be filled with salt before using it. So I'm going to remove the bottom basket completely. The unit is supplied with this funnel. You might notice some residue of water droplets here. They run the unit before they send it to you. So according to the manual, it hasn't been used. That is just them testing the water system. All right, so just move this to the side, and over here is where I need to insert salt. So I just open this, pull off the cap, insert the supplied funnel. I take about 2 liters of water and pour it into this reservoir. I now take 2 kilograms of salt and pour it into the same place. Please specifically use dishwasher salt. I remove the funnel, I wipe away any residual salt here, and I return the lid and tighten it. I now plug the unit into the mains. I can now power on the unit. If it doesn't power on immediately, give it a few seconds. Sometimes when you've had the door open and then you close it and power it on, it might take a few seconds before it allows you to power it on. Notice it's no longer saying there's no salt. But immediately after filling the salt, we need to do a quick wash. I go to 65 degrees, then I press the express button. Notice it goes down to 13 minutes. This program is specifically to dissolve and remove any traces of salt from the dishwasher cabinet. I press start. Make sure your water inlet is on. Notice there is no warning for the water because the water is on. It's now going to do a quick wash just to get rid of that salt. Right, it has now completed the wash to remove the excess salt. Depending on which area you reside in, you might need additional water softening for your dishwasher. If you know the hardness of your water, you can actually program the dishwasher to that specific water hardness. To set the water softener level for your dishwasher, do as follows. All I do is I press and hold the start button, I press the power button, release the power button, keep the start button depressed for at least 4 seconds. Press the program selector 2 times, 1, 2. It is now showing the water hardness. Notice the setting is flashing P14. So the water hardness is set at 14 degrees hardness. If you want to change this value, you press the start button. It'll increase the water hardness setting. I've located the water hardness in my area and it is 7. So I'm going to change the default setting from 14 to 7. I'm going to press the start button several times. You see there it goes to 15. It's now at 70. Now it will return back to the lowest level. Now I'm going to set mine to 7. So I've effectively reduced the default hardness from 14 to 7. And I'll turn off the unit. Over here it is showing that it needs rinse aid. I open the compartment for the rinse aid and I pour in the rinse aid. There's a little indicator telling you that it is empty. Notice it is transparent. As I top it up with rinse aid, notice that that little eye will slowly get dark. Notice it is now full, it is dark. I can now close this cover, it must click. Notice on the front of the unit there are no more errors. The dishwasher is almost ready to be used. The amount of rinse aid that the dishwasher uses can be set. I switch the dishwasher off. I press the start button, I then press the dishwasher on button, release it, keep the start button on for at least 4 seconds. Notice it goes green. I can now release the start button. In order to determine how much rinse aid the unit is dispensing, you press this button 3 times. 1, 2, 3. It is now flashing 3. The default setting is to allow it to release 3 milliliters per wash. If you want to increase that, you just need to press the start button. Notice it has incremented to 4. If I want it to be maximum rinse aid, I press this 2 more times and it is now 6. If I want to go lower, it will then rotate. It's going to 0. And now it's going to 1 and then it's going to 2. So you can manually override the default setting of how much rinse aid is released. Once you're happy with your setting, you can just press the power button. According to the user manual, the best practice is to use the salt and the rinse aid. However, if you use these combination blocks that have rinse and salt built into the block, then you often don't need the salt, but you'll still get these reminders because you won't have salt in the unit and you won't have rinse aid in the unit. So I'm going to demonstrate how to bypass these reminders of adding salt and rinse aid to your dishwasher. Press and hold the start button, then press the power button, then release the power button, keep the start button depressed and wait at least 4 seconds. Notice the light comes on and now we can go through to the menu. In order to bypass these warnings, press the arrow key 9 times. Now it will say P1. P1 means the refill reminders are activated. If you want to deactivate them, press start. Notice it now flashes P0. This means that if your salt or your rinse aid are depleted, the dishwasher will no longer give you a reminder because it is assuming you are using a combination detergent which contains salt and rinse aid already. If you want to put the reminders on, just press start again and it will toggle the reminder back on. Once you're happy with your setting, you can just press the power button. Just a note, when using the powdered detergent, even though it may be advertised that it has the rinse aid built in, the powdered washing detergent is already washed out before it gets to the rinse cycle. So therefore, you would still need rinse aid in your dishwasher for your best results. Even some of the all-in-one blocks and tablets that people use, sometimes those are also depleted before the rinse cycle starts. So just be aware that you might still need to use rinse aid in your dishwasher for best results. Right, just having a look at the bottom basket, you can store your plates here, here, or here. That means you can put plates on the side or large plates in the middle and then plates on the side here. Now these flaps actually open. Right, you just lift it up and notice the orange piece on the side, it clips in. If you want to release it, you just press down and you release it. If you want to bring it up, it automatically locks in place, but to release, you just depress it like that. You can open these. So you've got 2 like that. The middle basket has this moving piece where you can put smaller cups on the top here. What is nice about the middle basket is you can adjust the height. On the left and right side of the middle basket, you'll notice there's a lever. Notice how this can change the height up and down. You have more than one option. You can go all the way up, release the lever, or you can go down to an intermediary level, or you can go to the bottom level. This allows you versatility. You can add higher things in the middle basket or higher things in the lower basket depending on how you set this height. Alright, it's only a moderate load. I do try and load in sections, so the bigger spoons in one section, the teaspoons, the knives, etc. It just makes it quicker to unpack when everything's in place. Right, here's quite a busy load, and then just the remainder in the last basket. Right, to add the detergent, I just lift this orange lever here, and then it opens up. Follow the manufacturer's guideline for how much soap to put in. However, the manual does say that if the load is not full, you don't have to use the full amount of soap. You can drop it by 1/3. Make sure there's no soap on the sides, and I just slide this closed, and now I can get ready to start the load. Alright, I power the unit on. The eco load runs for the longest amount of time, but does use the least amount of water and the least amount of electricity. If you want to reduce the time, notice it is very long, but you can reduce it. But when you reduce the time, the manual does say that it uses more electricity. Right, moving along, you can use the auto mode. It will decide if it's going to do a pre-wash. It will definitely do a main wash, and it will also decide if it needs to do an interim rinse. It will reach 65 degrees in the final rinse. The manual says it can take anything from an hour and 40 minutes all the way to 3 hours and 14 minutes. This time is not a guarantee. It sometimes goes longer. It does depend on the temperature of the water coming into the unit. If the water is much colder, it takes longer to warm up the water. It also depends where it is in the reactivation cycle for the water softener. For example, if you've added salt, that also depends on where it is in that cycle. The 45 degrees is for a gentle wash. Notice that they have the glass there. You can also reduce the gentle wash. If I go to the quick power wash, notice that is the 56-minute load, and you can't reduce the time on that one. If you do try to limit the time, that is just the salt rinse. This is just to remove the residue salt if you spilt when you were loading the salt. We can't use the express option for that setting. And then the 75 is an intensive, highest temperature wash, obviously using the most electricity and also the most water. All right, I'm going to just use the 65 power wash. And if you want to delay your wash, you can just press this button over here. Notice it is delaying it by 30 minutes. If I press it again, it's an hour. If I press it again, it's an hour and 30. If I want to delay it by several hours, I press and hold it, and then it now toggles in hours. If you've made a mistake, just go through the menus again, and then you can just choose your delay. If you press the delay, it will only start after the 30 minutes has expired. I press the start button and it will count down 30 minutes. If you've made a mistake and you're not happy with this program, just switch the power off and switch it back on and start again. I'm just going to do the 56-minute wash, and I press start. The unit is now performing the wash. After the dishwasher has completed its wash cycle, it will show this. The dishwasher will automatically shut off, and you don't need to do anything further. There you can see after at least 10 minutes, the dishwasher has switched itself off. After the dishwasher is washed, allow the dishes to cool down. Best practice is to unpack the bottom basket first, because if I unpack the middle basket first, notice that when I pull the basket out, there is still water in these grooves here. And as I pull the basket out, this water might drip onto the bottom basket. To inspect the filter, you just need to remove the bottom basket, rotate this large plastic ring, and lift vertically up. Put the spinner to the side. You can now just lift this vertically up. If you want to clean this thoroughly, you can just separate this from this, and you just need to pull this apart. If you're having trouble separating this part from this part, you can just take your hand firmly like this, and you can take your other hand firmly like that, and just open it a little bit, and then you can slide it out. Now this one is still clean, but what I do is I just take a nail brush, and I normally just use a nail brush to clean it. It often gets dirty here, and I just take a nail brush under running water, and I remove it so that the holes are open again. I do the same with this. After cleaning the filter parts, you can now reinstall it. This is unidirectional, so it doesn't matter if you go like that or like this, and you just need to press. Now I can go install this back in the dishwasher. And this goes right over like that. If it's not fitting, just allow it to self-correct. And now I just take the spinner with the large ring and I turn it until it locks in place. It is now locked in place. If you want to clean an obstruction over here, you can open this. You need to push this in and lift up. Alright, so that is what's locking it in place. I just push this towards the center. Look for any obstructions in this area. You can rotate that impeller a few times in your fingers. It will offer a bit of resistance. That is normal. Now I just need to return this. Notice that I seat it in there all the way, and then I press downwards with this platform. I hear a definitive click. Notice it is in place. If I want to remove it, I have to squeeze that towards the platform, and this comes out almost vertically. Going back in, clicked in place. I've removed any obstructions there, and I return the filter. If the filter doesn't go in easily, just allow it to self-correct. I now replace the ring and I turn clockwise. This is now in place. I can return the bottom basket. Did you know that your Miele dishwasher has an extra clean function? To get to it, you press and hold the start button, then you press the power button, and then release the power button. Keep the start button pressed for at least 4 seconds. Notice it's going into a menu. I press the arrow up key 10 times. It's then flashing a P0. P0 means extra clean deactivated. If I want to activate it, I press the start button. Notice it says P1, so it is now activated. I press the power button and the unit powers down. Now when I turn on the unit, every program is now longer, catering for that extra clean feature. I'm now in the settings menu. I press the arrow up button 11 times. Notice it flashes P0. The 0 means the extra dry function is deactivated. If I want to activate it, I need to press the start button once. Notice it'll flash P1. The extra dry feature is now activated. I press the power button, it turns the unit off. Notice when I turn the unit back on, all the wash cycles are longer, catering for that extra dry option. You can have both an extra dry option and an extra clean option.